going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how to dress alternatively / goth without spending an absolute fortune. Because if you do tend to dress in a gothic way, you will know that a lot of gothic clothing is very, very expensive. Most of it is overpriced and the quality isn't always that good. So I'm going to give you some tips on certain things that I do and look out for that really help to save money. So one of the first things that I do is I have subscribed to quite a few different survey websites where you take some surveys and then at the end of the month, or after you've done so many questionnaires and surveys, you've earned a little bit of money. Now what I tend to do is save all the money from, I think I'm subscribed to like 4 or 5 different ones, wait until I've got a good amount, and then just buy loads of clothes, so that way I'm not actually spending money. I also buy about 50% of my items from actual gothic stores, and probably the other half I spend high street stores and also like online places like ASOS and Boohoo. I know they're kind of mainstream, but they have affordable clothing, and they also both have a little filter box which is for black clothing, so it makes it really, really easy just to look at everything that is black. Also, depending on the kind of seasons with these shops, sometimes they will have, you know, kind of like goth clothes will be in and you can find some really amazing things, and they're so much cheaper than things that you will buy in actual gothic stores because they've been mass produced. eBay can also be a really great place to find gothic clothing, especially secondhand. If you don't mind buying secondhand clothing like me, you can find some really amazing things. One of my favourite dresses that I own, I paid £15 for on eBay and it fits absolutely perfectly. Something else that I always do is, especially with gothic shops, is to sign up to their emails and their newsletters, because most of them once a month or thereabouts will send out discount codes and you can save quite a lot of money that way. Especially Kate's Clothing, they always have a sale on and you can find some really, really amazing things. Every now and then they'll have a sale on things just like Killstar, they'll have a Killstar sale, or they'll have a Disturbia sale. They also do what is known as a reverse auction, where they take, I believe it's 10% off a list of certain items every day. So every day the items get cheaper, but obviously every day they're more likely to sell out. So definitely keep an eye on things like that. So as I mentioned earlier, I've been using these survey websites probably for about 4 or 5 years now, and the ones that I like the most are Populous Live, because you can't cash out until you hit £50 and they send you a cheque, so it seems like you get a lot of money. It does take a while to add up, but at the end of the day you get a cheque for £50 and you can spend it anywhere because it goes into your bank account. Another one that I like is Valued Opinions, although they don't pay out with PayPal, which can be kind of annoying. But you can get Amazon vouchers, so I tend to use that one for hair dye. I haven't paid for hair dye in ages, so that comes in really, really handy. I do tend to prefer the ones where you can get PayPal credits, obviously because you can spend PayPal money pretty much everywhere, and if you can't, you can get it put into your bank account where you can spend it anywhere. The only problem I found with some of those is they can take a little bit longer just to add up money. They don't seem to have as many surveys, or they don't offer as much money. I'm not sure why that is, but that's just something that I've found personally. So now onto the exciting thing, the clothing. I purchased from 2 different online stores. One of them is EMP, which is an alternative shop. I believe they're German, and they sell gothic clothes, alternative clothes, they sell a lot of band merchandise, and they also sell kind of like gaming and kind of nerdy things as well, so if you're into that kind of stuff, go and check them out. One thing I will say is that they have their own line of clothing and it's so affordable, most of it. I think they sell some leather jackets which can be a bit pricey, but leather jackets are pricey anyway, so I'm going to get into those. They do currently have a sale on at the moment. When I purchased my items they had a 15% off summer sale, and I believe again now they have another 15% off sale with lots of different items. So the first thing that I ordered are these shorts. I'm really hoping you can see, oh there we go, now you can see the detail. They've got these beautiful skull and kind of baroque pattern. It is slightly flocked, so it has a little bit of a velvet feel, but it's really, really subtle, so I don't think it's going to rub off. I do find often with things that have like velvet printing on them, if the velvet's thick it comes off really easily, but this is quite flat and there's not a huge amount of it, so I feel like it's going to stay on really, really well. They suit my body really well. They are slightly high-waisted, so they cover all of your lumpy bumpy bits that you don't want to be seen, and I just think they're really, really nice. They also have a really good range of sizes. We were looking at the men's clothing yesterday and they actually go up to a 7XL, which I don't think I've ever seen anywhere else. So yeah, they make things in tons of sizes and they're really, really affordable. I actually paid $16.99 for these, which I think is amazing because most other websites that sell any shorts that look remotely gothic or alternative, you're going to be paying at least £25 plus. And there are quite a few brands that have similar style shorts. Punk Grey, for example, had a really nice pair of shorts, but they were like £60, which it's a bit much for me at the moment because I've got lots of other things I need to be spending money on. I'm going to download next month. I'm also going to IMATs, so I need to be trying to save my money. So $16.99 for a pair of shorts, and they are beautiful shorts indeed. Now the next item that I bought is band related. I'm not big into wearing band t-shirts anymore. When I was in kind of what you could call my baby bat phase, I guess, that's all I ever used to wear was band t-shirts and jeans. That is all I ever wear. So I don't really like to wear band t-shirts that much anymore, and I never ever wear jeans. It's just something that I don't do. But as I'm going to Download Festival, I picked up a tank top, and it is a Ghost tank top. As you guys know, I love Ghost. I go on about it all the time, and I'll be seeing them at Download Festival for the 3rd time, which is awesome because it means that I will have seen each of the different Papas. If you don't know who Ghost are, then you probably won't understand any of that, but basically every time they have a new album, they have a different lead singer, and the identities of all the band members are kind of hidden, which is cool, so you don't know who they are. But yeah, it's nice that they have a slightly different sound for each album. And this is the album cover from their newest album, which is called Meliora, and I absolutely love it. It's really, really good. And I just love tank tops for the summer. You can wear them with loads of different things, and especially for festivals, because I always find Download, even though it rains like every year, I still find it really, really hot. And Sonosphere, when I went a couple of years ago, it was so incredibly hot. I was hardly drinking when I was there because it was just unbearable. I had a plastic cup and it was so hot that the print on my cup actually melted onto my hand. It was crazy. So things like this are really, really great for the summer and festivals, and basically anywhere where you're going to be really, really hot. So those are the 2 items which I purchased from EMP. I'm very happy with both of them. The delivery was also really good, especially considering it comes from Germany. It actually arrived within about 4 or 5 days. I don't know if they have like a UK centre where they ship things out from, but it arrived very, very quickly. And the other items which I purchased were from Boohoo.com. I'm sure you've all heard of Boohoo.com. They have a UK website. I think they also have an American and Australian website now as well. And they specialise in really, really cheap clothing. They have tons of styles. They're always bringing out new things. So I like to look on there sort of like every month, just have a look at the new items and see if there's anything that I like. And this time, there were a lot of things that I liked, but I managed to narrow it down to 3 things which I feel like I'm going to wear a lot this summer. The first item was a little bit of a gamble. It's a Playsuit, and the proportions of my body, my upper half is quite short and my lower half is a little bit longer, so I always worry that wearing a Playsuit, the top half of my body is going to look really short and dumpy. But I tried this on and it actually looks beautiful. It's very, very low cut, not the sort of thing I would normally wear, but again, I thought it'd be really great for summer. As you can see, it's got a very, very sloped neckline. I will show you guys how I would style these items and actually me wearing them at the end of this video so you can get a better look of what they actually look like. They're quite short and it almost has the illusion of a skirt, you know, those shorts that look like skirts, just because there's a little layer over the top of the shorts, which is great because the one thing I will say about these is if they were just the shorts underneath, you can get camel toe down there, sorry for the information, but you can. So these little flappy bits kind of cover that area and they make them slightly longer, which I really like. It's a very stretchy material. This is a size 12, by the way. It's very stretchy material, so I feel like if you were bigger than a size 12 you could probably still wear this. It's sleeveless, so again, going to be really cool in the summer, and I think it's really, really well made considering the price. So I paid £15 for this, which I think is a really, really great bargain, and you can wear it with loads of different items and it's going to look really, really good. The next thing that I bought from Boohoo was a really difficult decision because they had a few different varieties of the same thing, and they're so pretty, but I eventually just ordered the one. It is a body harness. As you may have noticed in several of my videos, I do wear body harnesses fairly often, and I feel like it's a really good way to make a boring normal outfit look more goth and more interesting. So this one I will show you on, because you're not going to be able to tell what it looks like just by me kind of waving it around up here. So you can look at that at the end, but it's really well made. I would prefer these rings if they were silver, but it's not the end of the world. It's pretty well made. The only negative I have is that it's not adjustable, which would be really handy, because it did say when I ordered it one size fits all. I feel like if you were anything over a size 14, this would be so uncomfortable, you just wouldn't be able to wear it. I actually find if I wear it for long periods of time, it does get a little bit pinchy underneath my ribs. It fits everywhere else perfectly, it's just underneath my ribs it does get a little bit sore after a long wear. But I feel like other than that, it's pretty well made. It is more well made than other harnesses that I've ordered from actual Gothic websites, although theirs do tend to be adjustable. But yeah, it looks really good, and I paid £8 for this, so that's pretty awesome. And they had a few other styles, which hopefully, if they still have them on the website in like a month or two, I will probably go and buy the other ones as well, just because they look really nice. Okay, so my final item is probably my favourite item. I'm not gonna lie, I've worn it a lot since I ordered it last week. It just looks really good with everything. It's this really long cardigan, and obviously me waving it around like this, you're not really going to be able to see it, so you guys can see it at the end. It is slightly sheer, so you can see through it there. It's very long. It almost goes down to the floor. It doesn't quite go down to the floor, but almost. It has a shirt collar, and the buttons on it, it just has two buttons, so it buttons up just underneath the boobs, which is very flattering for my figure. I feel like it makes me look thinner than I am. And this also looks really nice with a playsuit. In fact, I think when I show you all the items that I've ordered, I'm probably going to wear them together so you guys can see a whole outfit of Boohoo items that I have purchased. This was the most expensive item I bought from Boohoo. It was £20, but I feel like it's worth it. £20 for a nice cardigan is quite cheap, although I am considering buying another one because I feel like I'm going to wear this a lot. I know I am. I'm going to wear it most days in the summer, and I don't think it's going to last a terribly long time, so I'm thinking that I will probably order a second one just as a backup for when this does eventually die a horrible, painful death. So I will leave you guys with some images of the items actually on my body, so you can see how I would style them and how I would wear them, and you can just get a better visual of what they actually look like. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!